Peter Stoll, clarinetist in Toronto, saying hello again. Now talking about air noises on the clarinet and bass clarinet. So this is sort of a use found for type of playing that we normally try to weed out as very undesirable. I mean, in standard playing, you want to hear not. But composers, being creative, have realized, well, there's a place for this kind of sound. So what happens? With relaxing some of the tension from the embouchure, over the entire normal playing range of the clarinet, I can get a sound that is basically just breath. I can slur or tongue. I can play high or low. Dynamics, it doesn't work really well beyond about piano. You start to get like squeaks and weird things happening. If I tighten up, I get more pitch. That's almost to a subtone, less, and it's just more pure air. Same thing on the bass clarinet. It's harder to project higher note sounds on this instrument. Tends to just all sound kind of the same. So I don't think I'd start writing, E over the break or something on that. I'm going to flip over now to show you an example of notation. And so this creative composer has written out with little note heads that I guess indicate out and in, that the triangles kind of shift. I'm not sure why some notes have ledger lines and others don't. The ledger lines just tell me roughly to finger an E. You're not really going to hear such strong pitch. The double forte, I don't know. So if I played this line the way they wrote it, you'll hear it's just air. That kind of sound. But I could also do it just playing through the clarinet, but tonguing. And in fact, if I tongue enough, it's quiet, but I can get a sort of tongue ram sound like a flutist would get, but theirs are much louder and probably more interesting. So the breathing in and out solves the problem that without the resistance of the reed really activated, you tend to really run out of breath faster. So that's the basic use of it, but I wanted to go a little bit further and show you this gentleman. This is Helmut Lachenmann, German composer, and he really went further with this. And so here are the kinds of signs that he was putting in some of his music. I've seen them where it says, half tone, half air, quarter breath, 3/4 tone. You really have to study a long time to get that to work. Like, that's a very serious commitment. That's like where you're going to prepare a piece for like 6 months. But this shows you, again, some of the things that you can do with inhale, exhale, using the bowing signs from strings, open and closed oral cavity. So that would be like, or that's a different kind of sound. And then just blowing on the reed would be, I'm not really making an embouchure there. And so you might like that kind of sound too. So a little quick intro to breath sounds on the clarinets.